to be the elect. Not everybody's meant to be saved.
That's right.
You have to be handpicked, the first fruits of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know? But a lot of people are going to be doing that. They're going to be calling on the other gods. You know? This is one right here. Jeremiah 2:27, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. But in time of their trouble they shall say, arise and save us. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise, if they can save thee in the time of trouble. For according to the number of the cities are thy gods, O Judah. So Yahweh said, call unto the gods you've been worshiping. Why are you asking me for salvation now?
That's right.
Call unto them now and see if they'll save you. That's what he's going to say. Proverbs chapter 1 tells you too, man. When he stretched out his hand, you disregarded it. You didn't regard his hand. You didn't regard none of his counsel. And what is he going to do? He's going to laugh when your calamity comes. You know, when your fear comes upon you with desolation and destruction. Roughly paraphrasing Proverbs chapter 1, man.
Hey, the fool is left to scorn, man. You know? Yahweh Hashem, man, he ain't playing, man. You know, and whenever the elect see those things happening and they're called up to the chariot, they're going to be laughing at your ass. All right? For those wicked things that you have done. And like we just read in Wisdom of Solomon, you guys are going to start saying like, damn, man. You know, like what was that? Daniel 12, where it says some will wake up to everlasting life and some to everlasting content.
Yeah.
And that goes for the 2/3, man. You know.
This is Luke chapter 6, verse 21. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. And those are the elect are the ones that are weeping now, sighing and crying for all the abominations that are committed in the earth. And at the same time, warning you not only to have a sincerity of compassion, but also to save our own selves, to keep our hands clean from y'all's blood. It says we're gonna laugh later on, man, like the brother has said. You know, right now we're weeping. It says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy. For behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in like manner did the fathers unto the prophets. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall be hungry. For ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. It is like within the Latinos, the Chicanos, they have laugh now, cry later. Or cry now, or laugh now, cry later. Right? But it's supposed to be the other way. Right now, y'all laughing, but later on, y'all going to cry.
That's right.
You're going to weep. Y'all going to be in gnashing of teeth. Consumed by the worm, it's consumed by that fire, man. Because you didn't want to take heed to the word, to the sounding of the trumpet, that alarm. You rejected it. You know? Or you reject it. I don't know if that rejected it was I be saying motherfucking words with the ED at the end.
Hey.
I don't give a fuck though, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah, Hashem Yoshai said that's how it's gonna be with stammering lips, man.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna speak to our people.
So,
you know, as long as that message is getting out there, man.
Yeah.
You know? And they look at the Israelites, the ones that are out there in the highways and the hedges, you know, mainly Great Millstone, as bums. Yeah, that's what they looked at the Lord and John and James and everybody, man.
Everybody.
They were like, yo, these guys are from the hood. These guys are from the ghetto.
Yeah.
Who are these guys? All right, that's how they look at us. That's why they pass by, they laugh, they mock, they scorn.
They're uneducated.
That's right.
But according to the scriptures, they're educated.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
According to the world, we're not educated. You know? Our mannerisms according to Esau is not right. Our look on our face ain't right. Our dress ain't right. You know, but in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, he don't give a fuck about none of that. He looks at the inner man.
Right.
Who's going to rise up for me against the evildoer? Who's going to stand up for truth? Who's going to present their body a living sacrifice? Who's going to warn my people from me?
That's right.
That's what he's looking at. Spiritual.
Though I be rude in speech, yet
Yeah,
not in knowledge, man.
Exactly. You know, and some people get offended because I say rejected it. Or shit it. My woman don't like when I say I shit it. But that's what I fucking say, you know what I'm saying? No?
Oh man, hey, Yahweh doesn't look like, hey man, this man ain't wearing no Jordans, man. I can't save this boy.
Yeah.
It ain't like that, man. He's not materialistic. He's not. His thoughts are higher than what ours is.
Yep.
You know, and that's just how Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are. You know, there's nothing that you can do to offend him in the way you dress, unless you dress like a woman. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, going to a certain extent, yeah. Yeah. You know, but say you look like a hoodlum.
Yeah.
That's not gonna offend him if you're in this for his truth, man.
Yeah. I don't. Most I don't fucking care about. He looks at the inner man. He told the prophet Samuel that, man. You don't look at the outer appearance, but the heart on the heart of men.
That's right.
You know, when he was gonna anoint Saul, but it was King David that he chose.
That's right.
You know, King David was that one. King David had 6 other brothers, but King David was that last, and he was like, no, this is that one.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, the point is that you want your speech, your conversation should be according to this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. You know what I'm saying? Not condemning yourself by way of other philosophies and doctrines, and justifying those ways and doctrines. You're supposed to denounce those things, as it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 4. You're supposed to denounce those things, right? And you're supposed to bring forth the truth, the light to every neighbor. So that's why we come out to the highways and the byways. We're not like no goddamn Mormons. We go from door to door riding on the bicycle and the fucking cold as hell, riding, you know what I'm saying? We huddle up in one area and we're out there as a light, man, as a beacon. You know, as that old school telephone that they used to have out here when you put the quarters in there. You know, that's how we are. We're just, all you gotta do is come over here and get your questions answered, man. But that's all it is. It's not hard. You know, what is the law? You say you love the Most High. What is love? Obey the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, man.
That's right.
Have faith. Above all these things, have faith, man. You gotta have faith.
That's right. Let me get that in John 4.
After that one, get Ephesians 6 and 10.
Come
We'll finish with that. Unless you want to keep going.
It's up to you if you want to keep going.
Well, I mean, I got it.
You got it going. This is John 4 and verse 20. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Yahweh Shai said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh that ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet in Jerusalem worship the Father.
It don't matter where you're at. You don't have to be in no goddamn building or church. No matter what anybody says. We're not with that. We'll tell you that, as he said right there. Anywhere, you can be anywhere. Walking to your job, walking home. You're by yourself. That's you. That's you with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and of course, fellowshipping with the brothers. Go on to the highways and the byways. Go ahead. That's the true worship.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Right, salvation is of the Jews, which is Judah, but all the prospective tribes that you see on the sign.
That's right.
Go ahead.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
Right, and that's what's going on, man. The true worshipers that are worshiping Him in spirit, spirituality, not in no carnality like we were before we came into the truth, having to go to a church, you know, into a building with a bunch of people that we don't even know, hearing some man talk about nothing, singing. They're always singing and singing songs, right? And that hour has come. This is that hour. Now we're singing the new song, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Sounding the trumpet, harping with the harps, which is our mouthpiece, man. What the Most High gave us to speak. Use this mouthpiece as a harp, an instrument to project this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. A herald or projectile or project this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to relate to.
It says, for the Father seeketh such to worship him.
And that's who he seeks. He seeks those that are going to worship him in spirit and in truth. In spirituality. Not in carnality. That you got guys wearing fucking t-shirts with fringes. They want to be all Hebrewed out. With the headbands that say Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, then all the way around from the, all the way around Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. With the fringes, with Jordans on. Oh man, the Most High ain't with that shit, man. You're worshiping the Lord in vain, man. What are you trying to do? Just fucking be a normal dude, man. Why are you trying to? I didn't want to go there. It's like you're a gang member. You know what I'm saying? Trying to flash your colors.
That's right. Hey, that's one thing that growing up that my mother taught me. She was like, it's okay to learn. Which is ironic because now she's against it. But she said it's okay to learn, but don't fall into religiousness. Don't fall into religiousness and into following. Oh, I gotta wear the rosary and I gotta prove to the world that I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
You don't have to prove to anybody but to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai through your works, man. He's not gonna be in the time of trouble. He's not gonna be looking at people like, oh well, look at him. He's wearing my name. He's wearing my name. That's the one. It's not gonna be like that, man. That's just, you might as well call yourself a Christian.
Yeah, the Lord said that He's gonna write the laws on the table of your hearts, man. Where's the table of your heart? In the mind, spiritual. That's where the fringes are. What do the fringes represent? The commandments. So how is a fucking t-shirt with fringes gonna save you? It's all spiritual. So that's what I'm saying. The Lord said, the hour shall come that the true worshiper shall worship me in spirit and in truth. Man. All right.
That's right.
You want to go to Ephesians 6 and 10?
6 and 10. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
All right, so this is towards the brothers, the brotherhood. The brothers that are in the know, brothers that are struggling, fighting, that are low. Be strong, man. We have to be strong. I speak this to myself first, foremost.
That's right.
We know these things. We know that the coming of the Lord is coming. He's going to come as a thief. We don't know when shit's going to pop out. But all we know is that we have to remain in that proper mindset, filled with the Holy Spirit, man. Go ahead.
It says, in the power of His might.
What's the power of His might? His word. Faith. Your faith, man. What does it say? As small as a grain of a mustard seed, you shall be able to move a mountain, man. Any situation that comes, you shall be able to overcome it. Go ahead.
It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right? The trickeries, philosophies, the false doctrines, the lies. That's what that word wiles means, man. You won't fall under the hypnosis these people are under, man. The ones we've been speaking about this whole time.
It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
See, even the left-hand spirits, they understand that the power of the spirituality. But you people think everything's all physical. Go ahead.
It says, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world.
But they know they use these things because they know these things have power, and they use them. The lights, the design of a skyscraper, or the development of a business. The skyscraper, the business or a city, how they make it look appealing to the eyes of flesh, and they suck you into that. They know these things, but guess what? So do the elect. So we know what to look for. Go ahead.
It says, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Okay.
Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
So you got to be decked out with that garment, man, with that armor.
That's right.
Like a soldier, man. Because the Lord they're using it as armor, but the scriptures talk about garments, right? Clothing. So right here it's saying you have to be decked out with your armor as you're going to war. Right? Go ahead.
It says that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day,
Yep.
and having done all, to stand.
What did we read in the very beginning? That the spirit of vengeance are created to appease the wrath of him that made him, right? So what happened in the time of Egypt? The Israelites were commanded to kill that unblemished lamb and to put the blood over the doorpost, which that doorpost in our time spiritually is our minds. So we have to be covered by the blood of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Have the spirit, the garments of the armor on you, man. With the necessities of life, which is contained in this book, man. Oil, bread, right? Your water, honey, you know, all those things that we made mention earlier in the scriptures.
And the fire, man.
Yeah, the fire. You got to have warmth.
That's right.
The scriptures bring you a warm feeling in your spirit, man.
Yeah,
Not everybody can come out here. Not everybody can come out here with that energy or that boldness, you know, because if that light is dim, it's harder. You have to fight. You have to ask the Lord to fill you with oil to keep that light burning, to have that warmth. Because if you're warm inside, it's gonna be warm out here.
That's right.
You're gonna be able to endure a little bit longer than somebody that's inside. They're low. They're down. Okay? So that word is what brings us that energy.
It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth.
Yep.
And
having your mind girt about with truth. No bullshit, no lies. Because the Lord said that the 144,000 shall follow that whithersoever that he goeth,
right.
And there's no God in their mouth. Go ahead.
It says, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, above all, taking the shield of faith.
Above all, taking the shield of faith. That's what I mentioned earlier. Faith is a big part in this truth, man. A big part in order to be able to thrive.
That's right.
To survive. All right, with the help of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because your faith is what? Is it based in the world, or is it based in the world of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man? You know what I'm saying? Right. The brotherhood, you know.
Oh, the word, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's your salvation, man.
Yeah. That faith, man. Above all, take the shield of faith. Because your faith is what's going to be able to sustain you, keep you thriving in this time, man.
That's right.
Even when all these things pop off, you're going to be scared, man. This fear's going to come. But that faith is what gives you courage. It gives you confidence, knowing that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to deliver me. You have to have that mindset, man. You have to believe. King David went through hell. Psalms is a beautiful book to read because King David was catching a lot of hell, man. He had a lot of enemies. And he would be like, oh man, he was a man of the Lord, but he had enemies? Yes. Like the men of the Lord now, you should have enemies. You should have a lot of enemies.
That's right. Because
of the way you are, because what you represent and stand for, man. You know? Go ahead. Don't get it wrong. Don't go and make enemies, but you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have enemies, man. King David had a lot of enemies, and he always depended on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to deliver him. And it worked.
It says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts and of the wicked.
Esau, 2/3, your own self.
That's right. And take the helmet of salvation and the word of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perverseness or perseverance. Perseverance, like it.
Perseverance means is basically to persevere, is what's the word I'm looking for? Persevere is to thrive, to survive, to keep going. You know, not to end,
that's right.
But to prosper.
You have a Tupperware, and when you have food and you put it in there, all right, that's preserving your food. You're keeping it. You're keeping that oil and that flame going, man. You know. You have that on. I have a dictionary thing.
Yeah, I got it. You can keep reading. I think that was it though on that. Persevere.
Let me read that part again.
Yeah.
This is verse 18. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
Yep. I got the word persevere. It says to persist in or remain constant to a purpose, idea, or task in the face of obstacles or discouragement. So you're prospering, man. As I said, to remain in this thing.
That's right.
You want to persevere. You want to overcome. You know, this everything that it was naming here. The spiritual darkness, the princes of this world, right? The wickedness in high places. But above all these things, take faith. You know, you gotta have faith. And then what did it say? It said above all these things, have faith. And then what was it? It said the helmet of salvation.
It says come.
You know, because with that faith is gonna bring salvation. But with that salvation, the helmet of salvation is to have confidence, man. You have to believe as if you're gonna take that medal, man. You know, so that's what it means, man. Right. To persevere. We don't want to be found lacking like these people out here that are going to be cast over to these different devices of destruction. You know? So, you got anything else?
Yeah, let me get this real quick. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 11. Wherefore also we pray always for you, that our power, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, will count you worthy of this calling, and fulfill all the good pleasure of his goodness, and the work of faith with power, that the name of our Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, may be glorified in you, and ye in him, according to the grace of Yahweh, and the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. You know, so, hey, everything that we've been reading, man, everything that we've been doing leads up to that moment, you know? And just saying it in your mind, oh, I'm going to be this way when that time comes. It doesn't mean that you will, man. You know, I had made a video the other day, and I had spoken on, when I was in 5th grade, we had a task that we had to learn all the capitals in every state. All right? I didn't know any of them except for one, which was Florida. And I believe the capital of Florida is Tallahassee, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's Tallahassee.
I'm not sure.
But when the teacher, you know, there was about maybe 30 kids, 35 kids in the classroom. So he was going individually, one by one, in front of the whole classroom to say the capital. If you didn't know it, you were shamed. All right, you're like, hey, you had weeks to study. And I was like, oh man, please, Lord, please, let me get Florida, because I know it, it's Tallahassee, it's this and that. All right, every single person in that room got assigned one state, and it finally came to me. I was nervous as hell, and he said Florida, and I was like, yes, I've been waiting for this. And I said Tennessee. I was shamed. All right, I was found to be a liar, man. You know, and he was like, no, you're wrong. And I was like, shit, how was I wrong? I this is the only thing that I studied for. The only one that I knew. So, hey, you could say you're going to be a certain way the whole time, man. But when that time comes, hey, the most time I have it where everything changed.
It takes it away. That's why it's very important to be humble. Humble, patient, calm, and in the right state of mind. And not, we tell brothers to be eager, but at the same time, there's a balance. You don't want to be too eager to where you speak out of season, things of that nature. You want to, you know, wait for your proper time, and then within that time, you know what I'm saying, you have things settled. And the Lord's going to give you a mouth to speak, but you have to utter. So within that base thing is humbleness, you know, be humble. So
So with that, hey, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Giving double honors to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth to well. Shalom, Makim. Stay
Shalom.
strong out there.